All right, welcome back to the program, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls of all ages. This is your host, but do not eat me. Host, like in church, you know, host. We're snacking on some chips, talking about no adult questions for me, guys, please. Actually, no sexual ones. I don't feel like talking about that.
Okay.
How is it like being a kid? Huh?
It's good in some aspects, bad in others.
Good in some aspects, bad in others?
Yeah.
Like what?
At the same time, we're kids, so we don't have to pay bills or buy stuff. Our parents usually do that. But we don't get as much freedom as adults.
What do you consider as freedom? I mean, as freedom in the world or in America and the United States? What do you consider as freedom?
There's different kinds of freedom.
All right.
We're talking about in different aspects. Freedom as in freedom of religion, or freedom as in being adult. Like I could pay bills, buy vodka, whatever.
Well, you don't want to pay bills, and
yeah, I know.
you know, you don't want to buy vodka. You're not in the CCCP.
CCCP.
I don't know. I think the most vodka is consumed in Belarus.
Where's that?
Belarus.
Yeah, where is it?
It's right next to Poland. Poland consumes a lot. Belarus consumes the most, and Russians and Ukrainians. That whole eastern bloc of Europe. Sometimes it can be a. I mean, obviously, everyone does. I mean, it's a depressant or antidepressant. Some people use it. It works differently for everyone, but you don't want to. Just like anything, you don't want to overdo it. You know, some people just take a what you call a nightcap, just one or two little shots, and then you're good. Instead of taking pills, like for depression or what have you, some people just medicate themselves, But what did I want to say? We got off the track, off the subject. Freedom freedom as a kid. You think freedom of religion? Yeah. What else? Freedom of what? I mean, freedom to drive a car, be where you want. Because definitely you don't want to pay bills, man. You do not want to be in a position to pay bills.
There's different types of freedom. There's freedom to do things, and then there's like freedom to, you know what I mean, like capital kind of freedom.
Now, do you
not
think?
Not a personal freedom.
Now, I don't know how much news you've watched, or is it all just made up by many different media outlets or hosts? But what do you think? What do you guys think? Is the future of freedom? I mean, freedom. You guys know the Constitution, right?
Yeah.
You read the Constitution?
Yeah.
Did you read it in school?
No.
Now in public school, do you do? Because he goes to a private school, so do you do the I pledge allegiance to the flag?
Yeah.
Pledge allegiance to the flag. Jacob, you pledge.
Yeah.
And then you pray?
Yep.
And then what do you guys do? You pledge allegiance to the flag?
Yeah, just that.
Just that, okay.
And
Now you understand there is a separation of church and state, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
Now, the point I was getting at yesterday with Steve from Amato's, Steve Amato from Amato's Hobby and Toys, we started talking about religion, and what we actually we're talking about is, one of the things is, my point of view on this is, if somebody wants to send, well, I'm going to say not necessarily a religious school, but a private school. If somebody wants to send their kids to a private religious school that's going to be private, and I'm sure it wouldn't. Instead of, what I'm saying is, what I would put is cameras in obviously the teachers that would want them, and obviously the teachers that would want the cameras in their classroom, actually not necessarily pointing at the students for a defensive reason. It's for an offensive reason, meaning I'm a teacher. I teach this way. I teach these things. I believe in what I teach, and I wanna be recorded, and I wanna be online so others, if they wish, they can at the same time worldwide study with me. Let me just put on cruise. Because I got these trucks. So what do you think? Oh, and as far as, I have nothing against the public schools. It's just, how are you going to close down a private school which your child can go to? I mean, I'm not saying everyone, but that you can go to and keep that private school up and running, and at the same time, not necessarily build another school. I mean, it's just, to me, it's out of whack. I know there's separation of church and state. At the same time, if a child chooses to, or a troubled child, not necessarily either a best, send from public schools to the private schools. Send your best, and send your the ones that are distractive, and maybe the ones that got thrown out, that are looking for a school that nobody will take. Maybe have a chance at the private schools. And if they don't want to participate, in my opinion, if they don't want to, let's say it's not just a private school, it's a private school and a religious school. If they don't not like to participate in one, in the religious, or their beliefs are different, have them not participate. I mean, what's the big deal? What else did I want to say?
It's a deer.
It was a deer. Sure, it was a deer. What do you guys think of my idea? Did I strike you like a deer in the headlights?
Well, you see, we would die.
Huh? No, I mean, did you, in a way?
Yes, we got it.
Not got it, but in a sort of way, did you kind of like died? Like, did I kill you with my idea, or was it just something that you already thought about, and maybe? Well, what are you thinking? Freedom. All right, this clip is a bit long. All right, thank you guys for watching. Please share, subscribe, and that's it, right?
Like.
Oh, like, share, subscribe. I don't know. I have it written down.
We got one more question.
You have one more question, yes, sir.
Why the fuck my pee-pee hard?
Why what?
What'd you say?
You're saying that your pee-pee got hard the way I spoke? Wow.
Oh, I know, flattering, right?
All right. I don't know what to say. Gotta go, guys.
It's not like you already monetized. If you were monetized, you
Monetized?
get